We are already in week 3 of the 2019 NFL season. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL football here to give you guys my picks and predictions for week 3 of the NFL season. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe. I do post a lot of football, NFL content on this channel. And while you're at it, go ahead and click the bell icon to be notified of those videos so you guys have that. And then while you're at it too, follow me on my social media links down below in the description and on the stream as well. You guys can interact with me, talk, debate, sports, whatever it is. I'm here for you guys, man. Go ahead, follow me on my links, Twitter and Instagram. Do it right now. So let me give you guys my picks. So I'll go through every single game, give you a quick summary and my final score, but also be picking against the spread for each and every game. So let's get started. So as I did last year, I am tracking my record through the entire season. So the first 2 weeks, I went 11-4-1 in week 1, 11-5 in week 2. Again, if you followed me on Twitter, you would know that. To bring my grand total through 2 weeks of the NFL season at 22-9-1. Okay, so now that is my record so far last week. Pretty well, not as well as week 1. Well, it was very close. I picked the 49ers on the road against the Bengals, Bills against the Giants on the road as well. Drew Brees got hurt in the Saints-Rams game, or had the Saints, I think. The Chargers kicker missed every single kick, or the punter really. They don't even have a real kicker, and they lost to the Lions. I had the Chargers there. So, again, a couple things go your way, a couple don't, but I feel pretty good about the process. So, I'm going to continue with that. And let's head into the picks for this week. So let's, of course, start with the Thursday night game. This week, we've got the Tennessee Titans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The spread is -1.5 in favor of the Tennessee Titans. Now, the Jaguars are at home. They've got their new rookie quarterback, Gardner Minshew, because Nick Foles is out. But they've also got a little bit of a drama with this team. Jalen Ramsey reportedly has asked for a trade after he got into a scuffle with their head coach. And so you don't know if he's going to play or not. They're saying he's going to play, but will he really? Because that will hurt their defense. So to me, there's a little bit of the external factors there with the Jaguars. And then also the fact that they just have not played that well, really. I mean, Gardner Minshew himself has played well, but the Jaguars, to me, obviously lost a lot when they lost Nick Foles, and Leonard Fournette just has not looked like we expected him to be back to the level he was. And so I'm going to take the Titans here. I know they're on the road here, but I like this Titans team, folks. And I'm telling you, their defense is legit, and they run the football. Derrick Henry has turned into a monster, and I just feel like they're the better offense. I feel like they're the better running game right now, and I feel like they're the better defense. So even though they're on the road, give me the Titans to win this game. I just believe they're the better football team. I'll take the 1.5 and the Titans to win this football game. Let's move on to the Sunday game. Cincinnati Bengals at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are favored by 6 in this game, as they should be. They look good so far, but again, they played the Giants last week, and Josh Allen has looked good. But again, it was the Giants. So another fairly easy opponent for them this week in the Bengals, who got absolutely shellacked by the 49ers. I mean, it was a rout in that game, and the Bengals' defense, or lack thereof, it's not there. The Bills are at home. Their defense is much better. I like the Bills in this game. Now, a couple of things here. Devin Singletary, the rookie running back, might not be available for this game, which means you got 58-year-old Frank Gore in the backfield. Don't really feel too great about that, but I trust Josh Allen. John Brown has been a great addition for the team. So is Cole Beasley. So I think they still get the job done. I think Buffalo wins this game, and they win it fairly easily. I'll take the 6 points, honestly. Let's move on to the Miami Dolphins at the Dallas Cowboys. They're favored in this game, folks. Are you ready for this? 21.5, and it's not even the biggest spread of this slate. I'll get to the other one in a second, but you might probably know which game that is. 21.5 is what the spread is for the Cowboys against the pathetic, the lowly, the joke of a team, Miami Dolphins right now. Here's the thing. I had a rule that if it's more than 2 touchdowns, I will always, or 99% of the time, take the team that's, giving the points or is, not getting the 14 points. In this instance, it's 21.5. Give me the Cowboys. I don't care, folks. Miami has looked awful. No, not even awful. They look like a team that doesn't even want to be out there. Like it's bad right now, folks. We all know they are tanking actively. Ryan Fitzpatrick, there's no magic there. Okay, so the nickname Ryan Fitzmagic, no, I don't want to hear it. I don't even know if going to Josh Rosen helps at this point because he might not be much better behind that offensive line. They just traded away Minka Fitzpatrick. We all know what they're trying to do here, folks. This is going to be an absolute annihilation. We're talking hot knife through butter. Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, Amari Cooper, all going to run through the Dolphins. They're at home. The only one bad thing is Michael Gallup is going to miss this game for the Cowboys. He's been pretty good so far to start the year for them, but they should still have no trouble with Miami, folks. I'll still take the 21.5. Are you kidding me? The Dolphins have not shown me anything. Let's move on to Denver at Green Bay. The next game, Packers are favored by 8 in this one. Now, this is in Green Bay, in Lambeau. And the Broncos are 0-2. They did just lose to the Bears, and then they did lose to the Raiders. And I expect the Packers to win this game for sure. But I might take the Broncos and the points here. Look, Denver, they've been a tough out. Okay, the Bears barely won with them, and then it was a fairly close game against the Raiders. The Broncos offense, it's not very good with Flacco, but Emmanuel Sanders has kind of emerged. The defense, we all know it's always tough, but Von Miller hasn't really played well. But I do expect him to step it up. And on the Packers side of things, the Packers are 2-0, but they haven't been this offensive explosion that we all wanted to see from Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers. It's been a grinded out, meat and potatoes type of game. Aaron Rodgers hasn't really put up the numbers. Now, again, he's gone up against two good defenses in the Bears and the Vikings. But this is another good defense here. So give me the Packers to win this game, but I will take the Broncos and the points with the -8. Let's move on to the Atlanta Falcons at the Indianapolis Colts. Now, both teams coming off fairly impressive wins, okay? Atlanta against Philly, and then Indianapolis against the Tennessee Titans, in which I picked the Titans to win that game. And listen, Indy has been surprising me. They're 1-1 on the year. They lost in overtime to the Chargers, and they beat the Titans on the road. So this team hasn't even played a home game yet. This is their first home game, and they're playing the Falcons, who they've been okay. Matt Ryan's been very turnover prone, 5 picks already on the year. The line's -2 in favor of the Indianapolis Colts. I'll take the Colts in this one. Folks, I was not big on this team, and I'm still not. It's very early, but they've impressed me so far, folks. They're at home. Jacoby Brissett's been pretty good. Marlon Mack, I think, is going to feast on this Falcons team that can't stop the run. And I think the Colts win this game. The spread's very close, so I might take the Falcons. The points here, it could be like a 1-point game, but I like Indy in this one. So let me move on then to arguably the game of the week here. The Baltimore Ravens at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored by 7. I'm telling you right now, I'm definitely not taking that. Give me the Ravens and the points here. But it's in KC. I believe the over-under for this game is like 55 or something like that. This is going to be fun, folks. Lamar Jackson versus Patrick Mahomes. We all know what Patty Mahomes has done so far, and last year, of course. Lamar Jackson, though, I did not see this coming. 7 touchdowns, no picks on the year. He's just been balling out now. I made a video on Lamar Jackson. I said, let's slow down. He hasn't really played anyone yet. And he really hasn't. In terms of the defense that he's played the Miami Dolphins, who I told you are literally the walking rug for the entire NFL to step on so far. And then played the Cardinals. Not the best defense. And then again, they're playing the very suspect Kansas City secondary. Now again, he is going to have to put up points here to keep up with Patrick Mahomes. But it's still not the best secondary. So that's why I'm saying I will take the Ravens here with the points. But Kansas City still wins this game. Why? Because they're at home, folks. If this was in Baltimore, I would be very inclined to pick the Ravens because I do believe as an overall team, maybe you can make the argument that they're more balanced in terms of their run game, in terms of their defense, because of course the Chiefs are so reliant on the pass with Patrick Mahomes and all their weapons. But I'll still take the Chiefs here. Look, no Tyreek Hill, but Demarcus Robinson came out of nowhere and absolutely dominated with Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes can just make wonders happen right now. He doesn't even need anybody, folks. He can do it all. And I'll take the Kansas City Chiefs to win this game, but I'll take the Ravens and the points. Let's move on to the Oakland Raiders at the Minnesota. Why did I say Minneapolis? That's funny. Minnesota Vikings. Okay, line is -8 in favor of the Vikings. Last week they lost to the Packers. Kirk Cousins absolutely threw some back-breaking interceptions. Let's just hope the Vikings go back to the formula they had in week 1 where it was like 10 throws. That is what Kirk Cousins attempted. He was like 8 for 10. I think that's what's happening here. They're at home. Oakland's a bad team. Minnesota's probably going to be up. I expect a heavy dose of Dalvin Cook. Okay? Raiders have been fairly decent to start the year. They picked up an impressive win over the Broncos. But they're still not a very good roster. Give me the Vikings to win this game. I will take the Vikings at home. But I'll actually take the Raiders in the points. I think -8 is a lot here. Let's move on to the New York Jets at the New England Patriots. And if you were wondering what the other game was with the higher spread than the Miami Dolphins and the Dallas Cowboys, ding, 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 this is the one. -23. Yes, that's right. -23 last week against the, the Patriots last week were -19 against the Dolphins. And this week, they're -23 against the Jets. Now, the Jets aren't really a bad team. They're just going through a bunch of injuries. Sam Darnold is out with mono. CJ Mosley, their defensive stud, is also out. I don't know if he's going to play in this game. They are down to their third-string quarterback because Trevor Siemian, the backup quarterback, is out. So it is bad right now for the Jets. New England's at home. Antonio Brown played for them last week. I mean, they look good. They look like juggernaut, folks. Look, again, just give me New England and the points. I don't even want to deal, but I don't want to talk about it, okay? I just don't. Just give me the Patriots and the points. Let's move on to the Detroit Lions at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles favored by 7 in this one. Give me the Lions here. I'm calling the upset. Folks, this is strictly an injury pick. Alshon Jeffrey might not play. Deshaun Jackson might not play for the Eagles. And you saw how that kind of hampered them last week against the Falcons. Carson Wentz and the Eagles, a lot of guys got hurt in the last game. And we're talking about attrition here. You just have Zach Ertz and maybe Nelson Aguilar at that point. So to me, we're talking about a Detroit Lions team that has been, fairly decent. They picked up an impressive win over the Chargers. Kerryon Johnson run the football well. Matt Stafford is still doing what he does. I love Kenny Golladay. I know it's on the road, but I think the Detroit Lions can do it, folks. I think they can beat the Eagles in this game. I might regret this one, but I'm going on a limb and saying it. I think they upset the Eagles. Let's move on to the Carolina Panthers at the Arizona Cardinals, and I'm calling another upset here. The Panthers are favored by 3. Give me the Cardinals to win this game. The Cardinals have lost so far, but they have looked impressive in those defeats, folks. Kyler Murray has put up some numbers. Now, I still don't know what to make of him as a franchise quarterback, but I just know he's talented. Larry Fitzgerald, Christian Kirk, David Johnson, they've all benefited from Kyler Murray. So I like what he's done. Cam Newton is shot. He is washed up at this point. I told you, if he's not hurt, I don't know what it is. He's just washed up. He's just washed up at this point. He could not rip apart the poorest Bucs defense. I lost all hope in Cam Newton. I'm not picking the Panthers here until Cam Newton gets fixed somehow. Give me the Cardinals at home. Let's move on to the New York Giants at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Daniel Jones now starting for Eli Manning. He is officially benched. The Bucs, though, are favored in this game by 6.5. Jameis Winston had a decent game last week, not turnover prone, which is always a win for him. And I think in this week, it'll be close. So I'll take the Giants and the points here, but I think the Bucs do win this game. They play a little bit ball control here with Peyton Barber in that run game. The Giants defense is still awful. Daniel Jones in his first NFL start. Who knows how he might do. So I get it. The Giants may have the more talented roster, but the Bucs being at home, the Bucs, playing a little bit ball control football. I think they win this game, though I will take the Giants in the points. Let's move on to the Houston Texans at the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers favored by 3 in this game, and I'll take the Chargers. But again, I will take the Texans in the points here. Deshaun Watson has been taking too many hits, folks. That offensive line is still not protecting him. The Chargers defense is going to get after him. But on the other end, the Chargers offense has been playing pretty well. We don't know if, Hunter Henry is going to be out for sure. But we don't know if Mike Williams is going to play. Chances are he probably will. He played limited snaps last week. Still got Keenan Allen, Phillip Rivers at home. Give me the Chargers in this one. Let's move on to the Pittsburgh Steelers at the San Francisco 49ers. Line is -7 in favor of the 49ers. Now the Steelers lost Big Ben Roethlisberger, so Mason Rudolph will be the starting quarterback. Give me the 49ers in this game. They are impressive with Kyle Shanahan, who's got this offense just clicking all over. Jimmy Garoppolo looks good. I like the 49ers a lot in this game. They're at home. They're clicking. Big game from George Kittle. The Pittsburgh Steelers defense hasn't been very impressive, though. They just added Minkah Fitzpatrick. But give me the 49ers and the points in this one at home. Let's move on to the New Orleans Saints at the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 4.5. So another quarterback injury. No Drew Brees for the Saints. Teddy Bridgewater will be starting. And I'm out. Okay, I love the Saints. They're my pick to go to the Super Bowl. Drew Brees will be back in 6 weeks, so maybe that still happens. But against the Seahawks at home, with Russell Wilson playing very good football, with them running the football well, give me the Seattle Seahawks. Line is 4.5. I'll take the 4.5. No Drew Brees, no W against the Seattle Seahawks for the Saints. And then finally, the night game, the Los Angeles Rams at the Cleveland Browns. Spread is only -3 for the Rams. I don't know why it's not higher. The Browns haven't looked impressive, folks. In case you've seen, they have looked awful through 2 weeks. They played the Jets, which, again, you could literally look at it as a bye week. The Jets had no shot in that game. And then week 1, they got stomped by the Titans. They're at home. That's the only positive here, but the Rams are the better team, folks. Straight up all around with the better head coach. Give me the Rams, who are playing better football right now, even on the road. And finally, the Monday night game, the Bears at the Redskins. 4.5 is the line in favor of the Bears. I did a whole separate video on this, so you guys can go check out my full analysis. But I have the Bears in this one against the Redskins. But give me the Redskins in the points. 4.5 is kind of throwing me off here, so I'll give that to the Redskins. But the Bears win this game on the road. Better defense. Mitchell Trubisky hopefully bounces back, but they can run the football with David Montgomery. And they are just the overall better football team, though Washington has been competitive in these games. So there you have, folks, my picks and predictions for every single game in Week 3 of the 2019 NFL season. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. As always, thanks for watching.